Alright guys, so Dokkan Battlefield has returned over on GP, and for the first time since they've sort of started this format, they have actually changed around the opponents that you face. Shoutouts to the boy Marcinen, who sent me this list of the opponents that you face. So, in the first stage, you fight the AGL Master Roshi, Android 19, and then in the second stage, you fight Nova, Cooler, and Great Saiyan Man. And then in the third stage, you fight Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, Hit, and Kid Buu. That's sort of the battle flow that you go through Dokkan Battlefield here. At a certain point, they definitely will add a few more stages, similar to how they did it before for kind of that first run-through of Dokkan Battlefield. Now, it's definitely a lot harder than it was before. They've added some gimmicks to some of these fuckers that are very, very annoying. So, the first fight, Roshi, very, very simple. He's just an AGL fight. You can beat him Extreme Tech, Super Tech. I usually recommend people go through these fights with type teams. 120% teams, for me, does seem to work the best because you can get yourself mixed up a lot when using all different kinds of categories. Plus, you could have, your units that might be have type disadvantage. You don't want to, encounter situations like that. Now, the second fight, Android 19, works like Super 17 in that he absorbs all key-based super attacks, and he heals himself with that. Now, we have 3 enemies in the game like that. Super 17 blocks Key Blast and heals himself. Physical Android 17 just blocks Key Blast, but he doesn't heal himself, so it's very, very easy. You could just sort of, willy-nilly get super attacks left and right, and it's not really a negative or a detriment. But this Android 19, he also heals. So I think you're going to want physical type units that have sort of physical attacks. LR Cell, LR Trunks, LR Gogeta, they all work. LR Bardock does do a physical attack, I believe, on his 18-key super. Many of the LRs are physical-based attackers. Omega does not work. Full Power Frieza does not work. Kid Buu does not work, but of course he's still such a monstrous support type unit you could bring him. But characters like, Future Gohan, Super Vegito, they will work very well. Cooler will work very well. Vegito can work in that, Blue Vegito, in that he can get counters off, but his super attack, of course, is a beam attack. And then Gotenks, I believe Gotenks is beam attacks. Let me just double check that. Let me confirm this real quick that Gotenks is beam attacks. So before saying that, shoutouts of course to the Dokkan Wiki, which does have basically all of this info here, nice and neat for all of us. So, okay, Gotenks with the 11 or 12 key super does actually count as a physical super attack. So Gotenks would be a solid unit to use. See, like, since Shenron doesn't work, I think Broly is a beam-based super, Goku Black's a beam-based super. I feel like for most players, physical Super Vegito might be the way to go here. There only is the one int-type boss, so, you don't have to use, both a super, physical team and then, an extreme physical team. You could do a mix of just good physical-type units that have physical attack, based attacks. Just really, that's all you're looking for. It's just units that can do physical-based attacks, which shouldn't be too hard because, again, there are good leaders for this. I think even, Broly as a leader, should be able to get you through this. LR Cell, as a leader, might be fine for bringing both typings. Just as long as you've got physical attackers, you should be able to get Android 19's health down very, very quickly. Now, moving on. We have SCR Nova Shenron. Now, he's nothing special. He just, honestly, I just blew through him like nothing. I would recommend an Extreme AGL team if you've got it. Super 17 team does work very effectively against him. And you will need a second AGL team. That's the problem. And the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, he is a bit annoying. We'll get to him in a second. So, Tech Great Saiyan Man. This is the one that I think is going to give people the most problems. In the third turn, he has a one-shot super attack. This is true. It's not a one-shot super attack for certain units. On my first run, I did not know that he did that, and I actually blocked him with my Rainbow Zamasu. Zamasu reduces damage by 40%, I believe, So he took 250k from Great Saiyaman's super attack. So you're going to want to bring units that can dodge or units that could seal, stun, all of that stuff. So I actually think the GT Perfect Cell could be useful here. He does seal. Again, sealing is tremendous. And because of the fact that Great Saiyaman doesn't do it until the third turn, you've got time to get that off, right? So again, GT Cell will work. I know there is the farmable GT Frieza. Let me find him. The only thing about the Dokkan Wiki is, like, just sorting all units by typing. It's difficult to do that in, like, a neat, nice-looking way like DBZ Space does it here. So I'm just looking... Yeah, there it is, right there. Boom. Okay. This Frieza could be a good option because he does have a good chance of stunning. So, just giving yourself as many options as possible as units that can sort of block Great Saiyaman and not actually have you get hit. Turles, of course, is a very good unit to use here. Turles does have a high chance to stun. I already went over Zamasu. There's also the brand new Hercule. You're not going to need any dupes for Hercule. Hercule is maybe the best defensive unit in the game. To be honest, it almost seems like this fight might be based around you using that Hercule. The only thing is, I'm sure not a lot of people are going to have him because he's so new. But if you do have this guy and you do get lucky enough, that you've got him on that third turn, Hercule will definitely allow you to survive because he will, have a good chance of dodging. And of course, he also has that massive damage reduction. So Hercule can be a good unit. I don't think UI Goku will be good here because Great Saiyaman does not attack in the first turn, and in the second turn, he only does normal attacks. So you're not going to sustain enough damage for UI Goku to transform, so that's not feasible, I don't think. LR Super Vegito, their defense probably is not high enough for them to reduce all of Great Saiyaman's damage so that you can feasibly survive. I'm just sort of scanning, looking for other units who could be usable. Hit actually could help, really load up on stunners, and you're going to give yourself a maximum chance to kind of get through this. I believe Great Saiyaman can have his attack lowered, so you could try to use Demon King Piccolo. He could be viable here as well. And then, of course, the OG, Janemba. In Janemba, the fact that he will have the, essentially halving damage, sort of, with the way his guard ability works, he might be able to survive. I have not tested that out, though. But this is definitely the stage that's going to be giving people a lot of trouble. If you are lucky enough to have this General Blue card right here, I believe this General Blue has the highest chance to stun in the game. He was on the Arale banner. If you've got him, he will be fantastic here. But again, he's like he's rarer than an LR at this point. So, we'll sort of see, do your best. I guess, actually, Android 16... Yeah, actually, no, yeah. Okay, so Android 16 is a Super Strike unit. He would be very good here, though, because he reduces damage by 55%. So he will be very effective here. That should allow you to survive. There are units. See, they make it tricky, but there are a number of units who you could use. I think, actually, the SR Chaozu, a lot of you guys will know how much I've praised him, for world tournament play and stuff like that. This guy right here, he will be very effective. I guess you would need to have him be in the 7th slot, so he would show up on that third turn. But if you did, that, he would be able to save you. Just there are many options. You're going to want to go for, again, sealers, stunners. Fill your team up with units like that, and you should be good to go. There is two tech opponents, though, because you will have to worry about Hit later on as well. But Hit is not really nearly as tough. So then you fight Physical Cooler. Physical Cooler, in my experience, is not really too tough. You could just blow right through him. Now, SCR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, he is a bit annoying because he can lock your rotations like Omega Shenron. But here's the thing. You can't use items to fix that. If Gohan locks your rotation, like you cannot do anything to prevent it in any way. You're just locked. So I guess the only thing I would say is you're not going to want to rely on, like you have to have this rotation or that rotation. You're going to want to go into it, with kind of, having your units just sort of wherever. So I think, like Super AGL will be very good here. Of course, you've got so many good defensive units. And then, of course, AGL Super Vegito, still amazing here. That shouldn't be too tough. Tech Hit, in my experience, is, he's not really too hard. But AGL Kid Buu. So he has a turn that dodges super attacks. He heals. He hits really hard. He's just going to be flat out tough. But he is AGL. So you have maybe the best typing in the game that you could throw at him. Super Tech. They can tear through him. If you got Vegito Blue, you got LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, LR Goku and Frieza. On my first run through of this, LR Goku and Frieza actually did hit him for 10 million damage. So very, very powerful is what Super Tech is. And there you go, guys. There's sort of just a general gist of Dokkan Battlefield here. They definitely are increasing the difficulty a lot. You do really have to be prepared to bring a lot of good units. There hasn't really been power creep in the game lately, but they did make Dokkan Battlefield a little tougher. So you're going to have to make sure you have several viable teams if you're going to want to get this done. Let me know how y'all are doing against it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch y'all in the next one.